Good afternoon, St. Pete. This is Mayor Rick Kriseman coming to you live from our Emergency Operations Center to give you our weekly update on COVID-19 in our community. So here's our situation report as of today, June 30th. We've had nearly 6,500 positive cases in Pinellas County. 166 people have lost their lives to date here in Pinellas. We've had just over 3,000 positive cases in St. Petersburg. Now, our 2-week rolling average of positive cases is now at 11.6%. And as I've indicated before, the percentage of positive tests is really the key data point that we look for. And all of our efforts that we collectively as a community are taking are all with the goal of trending under 5%, as we did in April and May. Hospital capacity is as follows. We have 495 beds available here in St. Pete, 25 ICU beds. Now keep in mind, this is data that is constantly evolving. And you know, really the rise, folks, in the percentage of positive cases, it's alarming. And if you haven't been taking this seriously, I hope by now you are. We're certainly taking enforcement of our local orders seriously. Our police department, St. Pete Fire and Rescue, and codes compliance personnel have proactively visited more than 1,000 businesses since June 26. We've issued dozens of municipal ordinance violations to those businesses who have not required their employees to wear masks. And we're going to continue to visit businesses and, if needed, continue to issue violations. So if you're a business owner, I want you to think about it this way. Making sure your employees are wearing a mask accomplishes 2 things. First, it keeps your business in compliance with the city and the county orders. Second, it keeps patrons and customers safe and makes them more likely to visit your business than a competitor who may not be requiring his or her employees to wear a mask. And making sure that your customers and patrons are wearing a mask when they enter your business is equally important. Think about how many of our restaurants and bars have had to close because their employees tested positive. By requiring your customers and your patrons to wear a mask helps keep you and your employees healthy and your business open. So, for those businesses and individuals who have contacted us to let us know of individuals entering their establishments without a mask on, we thank you for your civic engagement and for helping to keep St. Pete healthy. If you keep notifying us, we'll send the police out to issue citations to those who refuse to put their masks on when going into a business or other indoor place open to the public. Wearing a mask and giving people space, social distancing, are the 2 best tools available to us right now to prevent a citywide shutdown. Look, I enjoy going out to eat. I like to get my hair cut. I like to visit our small businesses. I'm certain most of you do too. None of these things will be possible if we don't do the right thing right now. Public safety is paramount. It will also be a priority for us when we have a safe opening of our new St. Pete Pier next week. Information will be released shortly related to a ticketing system for the pier's opening week. And while much of the pier is an extension of our waterfront park system, and we encourage people to be outside, we still want to ensure the pier is not overwhelmed in its early days. Further, all the restaurants and enclosed spaces at the pier will abide by the same orders as the rest of the city. Masks will be necessary when indoors. So make sure you bring your mask if you go to visit us at the pier. So please be on the lookout for information related to our pier's safe opening. We're also continuing to hand out thousands of free masks to our residents. Thanks to the generous donations led by Trevor Burgess and Gary Hess, another 10,000 St. Pete branded masks are on their way. But in the interim, non-branded masks are available at locations throughout the city. So please visit www.restartstpete.com for a list of those locations. Again, that's www.restartstpete.com. And finally, we still have money to disperse through our Fighting Chance Fund, and we've recently expanded the criteria to include home-based businesses. For information on that, please visit stpete.org/fightingchancefund, stpete.org/fightingchancefund to learn more. We're extremely proud of the Fighting Chance Fund. Millions of dollars have made their way to small business owners and their employees, and while we recognize challenges still remain, we're working every day to help our businesses survive the effects of this virus. You can help too. Many of our businesses have online presence. So maybe skip Amazon for a bit and look local. And while our bars have had to close for on-premises consumption, many are selling packaged beer and liquor. So maybe skip the chains and franchises and get what you need from one of our craft breweries. That's what St. Pete's all about, after all. So with that, I'm going to take some questions submitted by the media from Yolanda Fernandez. Yolanda?
Mayor, our first question is from News Channel 8. Are you pleased overall with compliance in the city of St. Petersburg?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in my comments, we have visited a lot of businesses throughout the city, over 1,000 in just the last several days, and compliance overall has been really good. There are still some outliers who, for whatever reason, are refusing to make their employees wear masks, and they're letting people come onto their property and not calling them out for not wearing a mask. We'd like to see that change. So please, folks, if you're a business owner, have your employees wear the mask. When people come onto your business, ask them to put a mask on if they don't have one on, and if they don't, and they won't listen to you, call us.
Our second question is from 10 Tampa Bay. What is your position on people wearing masks in church? Many churches are not requiring masks. Should they be?
Yes, they should be. The order from the county and the city's order, both orders, require people to wear masks when they're indoors in a place of public gathering. That would include a church. So if you go to church, wear your mask. And don't forget also to social distance. I guarantee you, God wants you to be healthy, so put your mask on and social distance.
Here's our final question, Mayor. And we've received several questions on testing from several media outlets. So can you give us an update on testing sites in St. Petersburg and why you think that's important for the city?
Yeah, so testing is something that is the county and the state of Florida both are in control of the testing sites. However, we are and continue to work with the county and the state of Florida at trying to add more testing sites. I think obviously the more people that are tested, the more we're able to find out who is symptomatic, or even if they're asymptomatic and they test positive, which is actually more challenging for us to make sure that that person gets isolated so that they're not spreading the contamination. So that's why it's really important. Tropicana Field is a recently added site. It replaced the site that had been up in Carillon, and there's been a lot of testing that are going on there, but we're gonna continue to look for more opportunities to add more sites for testing and working with our partners in the county and the state of Florida. But what's really important is we make sure that that testing and the results of those tests come back quickly. If it's taking 5 to 7 days, it makes it really difficult for us to have a really good contact tracing system in place. We really need those rapid tests and those results within 24 to 48 hours for us to have effective contact tracing.
No more questions, Mayor.
Well, thank you, Yolanda. So as I always do when I'm ending my comments, let me remind you in these very trying and stressful times, please remember to be kind. Remember to be compassionate. Remember to be patient. Be St. Pete.